Hello, Superset Maniacs, and welcome back to my channel. No, you did not stumble on the wrong video or the wrong channel. Today's video is brought to you by Supersetman. We are going to take a look at maybe the top 5 bodybuilders in the IFBB. And like I said, brought to you by Supersetman. He set up all of these poses, all of these shots. So like I said, we're going to go through all of these poses, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion on who is winning. This is Derek Lunsford from the 2022 Olympia, and we have a couple of other different versions. We have Samson Dauda from the Arnold Classics. Come on, get to the choppa. Of course, Hadi Choopan is going to join us in this 5-way comparison. He is, after all, the Mr. Olympia champion. Then you got Andrew Jacked. Throws in a nice little ingredients in this matchup. This is him from the 2023 Arnold Classic, Get to the Chopper. And beside him, last but not least, Nick Walker and his 2022 Mr. Olympia version, where he is just a huge, big mass monster. So without further ado, guys, thank you very much, Supersetman, for setting us. There's a couple of different channels that he approached with this idea. He wanted to see how we all differ on our judging on this one. How do we see this one? Because, let's face it, guys, structurally speaking, we have a couple of apples, we have several oranges. I mean, Andrew Jacked and Samson Dauda, obviously, right out of the chute, they're going to have an advantage as far as structure is concerned. Look at the size of their wheels. Much longer in that aspect, and, you know, their legs are anything but gangly. So it kind of renders a guy like Hadi Choopan and Nick Walker a little lopsided. Bigger in the upper body. Nick is so dominant in this upper body, in this shot. But you have to take everything else into consideration. Balance, things of that nature. Derek Lunsford looks very good. Andrew Jack looks pretty good too. Now Nick, he does have, then this one, he hits it this way. So if you wanted to, use that one, but I prefer the other way. Kind of pulling a little bit of a vacuum here. If you're going by this one, I might even have him last in line, but that's definitely not the case, because to tell you the truth, I probably have Nick winning this shot due to just the arm size, and not only the arm size, but the arm quality. No, he's not winning on the balance. He's losing on a couple of different notches, a couple of different points here, but as far as midsection separation, the muscle separation, he's right there. He's right up there with Andrew Jacked. So yeah, I have him winning, and I believe Derek Lunsford could be a second place here. Andrew Jacked also looks good. Samson and Hadi might be battling it out for a last place in this front double, and that's a shame to say, but these guys are the best of the best. Go through the shots. This one, for me, is a Samson Dauda pose. He has that structure again like Andrew Jacked. If you're using other versions of Andrew in this pose, now the Arnold Classic was a great version, but maybe not so much in this pose. He lacks that lat. They're not symmetrical, his lats. Samson is an easy win for this one. Look at the condition of the wheels also. Hadi Choopan, a beast in this pose. Is Derek Lunsford getting a third in this one? I think Andrew Jacked is doing enough structurally to beat Derek. Derek is so wide compared to these tall guys. So, when a short guy is out widths or is wider than a tall guy, it's pretty impressive. But, I mean, Samson's wide as a barn door here. And what can I say? I was giving Nick the front double. He's not getting the front lat. So, front lat spread, a little easier to judge for me. Go to the next shot, the side chest development. And once again, guys, go over to Supersetman's channel. Subscribe. He does such great work. Now, this shot is more of a battle for first place, if you ask me, between Nick and Samson. I think that they are better than everyone else. Upper, lower body, good balance there, good condition. I think Nick is winning. He's a shorter man. Keep that in mind, guys. And he looks just as big, just as muscular. So I think Derek has an argument for second place in this one. I have him in third. I just don't see the type of hard graininess, separation that Samson possesses in the upper body. The more I look at it, though, Derek, he may have got a second place, but as of my judging, I have him in third, and it is, unfortunately for Andrew Jack, not a good picture display of him. I've seen him hit some good side chests, but I don't know. I the way I see it, I think he's battling it out for a last place between him and Hadi Choopan, and we won't disrespect either one of them by letting you know who I have last. But I will notch it down in my little score sheet. Now, let's have a look at the backs, beginning with the rear double bi. We're doing it in IFBB order. Nick, he has maybe the best rear double bi in IFBB currently. Well, put him next to Derek Lunsford, and I'm telling you right now, guys, there is a definite argument for Derek Lunsford to win this rear double bi, for sure. I have Nick edging him out. Little bit bigger, better arms, bigger wheels. Now, yeah, he has more steroided glutes, does Derek, but I believe the hamstring separation is superior for Nick. But heck, that's just an opinion. It could go either way between those two dudes. But that's the thing. In a lineup, a guy that looks pretty good can place last. Andrew Jack, I might have him last in this, but it's probably due to condition. I believe at the Arnold, his condition and his back, actually the muscularity of the back, was not quite up to par to what we're used to, Andrew Jack's standards. Hadi Choopan, I believe he looks good here, but he's not defeating Derek or Nick. Is he defeating Samson? Samson is awesome. Look at the hamstrings of this guy. No wonder he defeated all else at the Arnold Classic. He was peeled, so to speak. So yeah, go to the next back shot. And again, this is a close shot between Nick and Derek. This time, I believe Hadi, where he didn't have that width, that impact in that rear double. He definitely possesses it here in the rear lat. Actually, him and Samson, look at the width of those guys. So much more debatable in the rear lat, and a very difficult one to call. I have Hadi first, I have Derek second. Man, oh man, Nick, I just don't like the V-taper here. I think maybe Samson ahead of him, but I mean that condition of Nick, he could easily get second. And that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Very hard to call. I have Andrew. Unfortunately, the condition that he brought, the front, he looked the most conditioned. From the rear, he looks the least. Look at the hamstrings. And I'm not being disrespectful, just calling it like it is, guys. And it is very hard to call it like it is when all of these guys are so very close in this shot. Go to the, oh yeah, we're doing this IFBB order. Go back to the side tricep. I like doing the side chest and then the side tricep. You know, you go the two front, two side, two back. Abs and thigh, most muscular. Wow, is Nick strong here from the side? Both side shots, he was strong. Hadi, he looks pretty separated. Looks pretty gosh darn good, but I'm not a huge fan of the display. Needs to open up a little bit more. Standing next to a guy like Andrew Jack, I mean, is it possible that he can get a victory over him? Samson, he looks strong. Maybe, I don't know, say he's soft in the midsection. Him and Derek lack that muscle separation in the abs that the other three guys definitely possess. So it depends on how you look at this one. I have Nick Walker a strong first, for sure. Then I'd put Samson second. He's just so big, and his display is awesome. Derek probably after him, and due to lack of display, I think Hadi might be last in this one, but his condition seems so good. And as far as Jack is concerned, I love that display. I mean, structurally speaking, he's awesome, but condition, again, guys, he needs to tighten up on that aspect. Of course, it doesn't help, standing right in between the most conditioned guys in the IFBB, arguably. Go to the abs and thigh, And here's where you can take all what I said about condition, separation for Andrew Jacked and throw it out the window. Because obviously from the front, the guy's probably winning this shot. Stand him next to Hadi Choopan, and yeah, his wheels look better. His abs look just as good. Not going to say one's better than the other. And when all things are created equal, size takes over. This is from the Arnold Classic, I believe, from Nick Walker. Not 2023, but I think it's the 2022. Did you slip that in there, Supersetman? I believe he did. I believe this was also the similar version to the Olympia, so it's pretty fair. This is probably what he would look like. I don't think he was quite as good in the V-taper, so I will add that into my deduction. Anyway, strong second for Hadi, and I am giving it to Lunsford over Walker. I watched plenty of video footage between the two hitting the shot, and I have to say, the silhouette, the X-frame, Derek, he's awesome. He's awesome. So I guess it's a battle for last place, unfortunately, between Samson and Nick, and that is a debate for sure. You got the muscle separation for Nick, and the obvious, much better, much more aesthetically pleasing structure for Samson. Go to the last shot. Go to the most muscular. And is Nick dominating this one? I think maybe, yeah, I would suggest. Samson looks pretty good too. Derek, unfortunately, sticks out to me. Of a dubious nature. He has some good balance of the wheels. Upper body, I mean, the guy's awesome. If he was shredded in that upper body, he'd be probably just exactly like Hadi Choopan, who's probably taking second or third. What do you guys think? Is he beating Samson? I don't know. I like Samson in this shot, but I like Hadi too. I just think the arm's better for Samson. Maybe. Taller too. Look at the wheels. Samson's actually beating Hadi on the wheels in a lot of aspects, as well as Nick. So yeah, poor Derek and poor Andrew Jacked did not fare very well at all in a lot of these shots. But guys, this is the best 5 bodybuilders on today's stage, minus a couple of them. Yeah, obviously, Big Ramy, Brandon Curry, huh? Yeah. All right, guys, unenviable, but I have to place Andrew Jacked in 5th. He just did not fare very well at all, like I said. Couldn't see to swing a punch in a lot of these shots. He did, however, win a shot. He won the abs and thigh. So kudos to him. There's definitely some possibilities. It was the back development, the condition, not so much the back development, but the condition, the separation, standing next to all of those, unbelievable champions. So yeah, I have Jacked in 5th. In 4th place, I have Derek Lunsford. Quelle surprise. A guy that took 2nd at the Olympia, and I have him way down in 4th. That is almost crazy. Sinful. He looked good. You know what? I don't think I had Derek winning a single shot, although he could have easily won these back shots. Both of them. So you know what? I did review the shots, and I can't go back on any of my calls, but if I could, probably maybe the back shots, I probably would have bumped up Derek, because he was very close to the 3rd and the 2nd place. That's right, guys. I have Samson Dauda and Hadi Choopan tied for 2nd place. Or tied for 3rd. I guess it would be tied for 2nd place, wouldn't it? So what do I do in this situation? Nothing. I'm not going to do anything, because in a situation where you're doing a lineup, you're judging them, anytime I rewatch my own, let alone anybody else's, I always disagree with the judgment, because you can look at it 100 different angles, 100 different times, and I'm sure many of you are going to disagree with this. Watch it again, and then you'll think, I disagree with my first calling. So yeah, you can go back and forth with it. But I have these guys tied, and I have Nick Walker. And it's not like he is very close, not like he's tied. I have him ahead, a decent amount ahead of everybody. So why is he not winning these shows? Politics? Could be. There's the symmetry round, which he's probably not going to win. But I mean, the guy's in such good condition that, these mandatory shots, they must mean something. Surely the posing routines don't mean a whole heck of a lot anymore. Maybe at the Arnold, in which case, yeah, the judging at the Arnold is a little bit different every year. And they probably focus more on the aesthetics. So it's probably a key why Samson won and why Brandon Curry won last year. The Arnold, generally, more aesthetically pleasing. Nick Walker won it one year, but I mean, his competition, Steve and Ian, are not the most aesthetic bodybuilders on the planet either. So there's your answer. Arnold, they focus more on aesthetics. That's it. Different shows, different judging, different criteria. This is Mark's Max Muscle doing a matchup for Supersetman. Go over to his channel, guys. It's awesome work. And hopefully, knock on wood, we get to see some other channels. Not going to mention any of them because I don't want to mention them and then have them not do the video. I'd like to see all of the guys that Supersetman sent this video to. You guys should do it too. Could do it too. And see how they differ. Hit thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Have a nice one.